clothing and accessories on the Hill in St. Louis, Missouri. The way we look communicates something about who we are to people all around us. And, there's a lot of different schools of thought as to how important that is or isn't, but I would challenge you to look at the business card of a real estate agent, or to look at, cover letters or new resumes that people are requesting where they have your photo and your image on it, or even just the power of Instagram. The way that we present ourselves to the world carries a lot, it communicates a lot, even before you open your mouth. And I think that if you want to make an impact to be remembered, having a strong sense of style is a really good way of doing that, especially when we only have a few minutes in interactions with each other at an interview or at a job fair or a first introduction to somebody at a networking event. The way you look will leave an impression. When you walk in somewhere, people immediately see who you are. And what you're wearing can either have an impact and break through the noise of everything they're seeing around them, or it can fade away into the background. It also can empower you. If you feel like you're put together and you are confident, you know who you are, you're more likely to have presence, be relaxed, and connect with people in the moment. If you're worried about something being too tight or out of style, or am I dressed appropriately for everybody else in here, if you're already in your head evaluating everything that's going on, it may or may not knock you off your game, but it certainly doesn't put you on your best foot forward, which is where we all want to be when we're presenting ourselves professionally or personally. I myself definitely, because I've been working in clothing for so long, had hundreds of hangers in my closet and very few pieces I actually wore. So to solve that problem, what I do for myself and what I encourage other people to do is to start to develop your own sense of style before you even go shopping. So there's people that if I'm walking past a newsstand, they'll catch my attention. I think Catherine Zeta-Jones is a beautiful woman with a lot of style. And so if I see her face on the cover of a magazine, I'm probably going to look at it. I would encourage people who are developing their own sense of style to think of who those people are for them and incorporate them into their shopping and their dressing behaviors. So once I had kind of done that inner searching, the person that I actually first came up with was Sophia Loren. I thought she was beautiful, I thought she was poised, and I could identify with her style in a way that, I definitely aspired to. But it was a good litmus for me. And so when I was in the dressing room, if I was deciding whether or not I should purchase this thing, I was kind of on the fence, I didn't know, I would ask myself, is this something I could see Sophia Loren wearing? And if it was, then it made sense that I should add that to my wardrobe. And if it wasn't, it didn't matter how deep the sale was or, how different this thing was, maybe I didn't need to own it. Because if I didn't wear it, it wasn't going to add any value to my life. So if you're a professional in your 20s, you probably have 40 years of working ahead of you. In your 30s, you've got 30 years. In your 40s, you've got 20 years. So I would encourage people to look at what they purchase as an investment in their wardrobe. And when you think of it that way, it can kind of change the experience. What I would encourage someone to start thinking about as they're shopping is that you have decades of work ahead of you. You're not going to retire until you're 65 or 70. And so the purchases you make now will be investments in the wardrobe that you own. If those of you who are watching are not fresh out of college, maybe you have 5 years, maybe you have 10 years of professional experience, you've started to learn who you are. Whether that's because of feedback you've gotten from your boss or just interactions from your coworkers. Once you can identify who your professional self is, I would say start communicating that in your clothing. Are you aggressive? Are you a salesperson? Are you someone who's creative? Are you someone who's very precision and detail oriented? If you can kind of pinpoint these aspects of what you bring and what you have to offer professionally, you can incorporate them into your style. So if you're someone who's very detail oriented, I would encourage you to very well tailored clothing. When you're going to invest in a new piece, look for something that's made of quality. Whether you buy it from one store or another may not matter so much as is it tailored? Does it fit your body very well? Do you look very put together? I would suggest that to somebody who is administrative or working on details. If you work in a creative field like graphic design or maybe new media, or you're a designer of some capacity, look for clothing that speaks to that. Look for something that's a little bit different. You don't have to jump outside the box and try to, dress like a clown, like you're trying to get tons of attention. But, if you're going to wear black with an interesting asymmetrical headline. Or put something together that is new and different. I really encourage people to find designers that they love. Because a very talented designer, in my 20 years of experience in this industry, doesn't change who they are over the course of their career. So if you purchase something in 2002 from Lauren Vidal, and you purchase something from Lauren Vidal in 2016, it will most likely still work together, color-wise, fit-wise, the spirit of it. That's a really great way to build your wardrobe, is to identify what qualities matter to you and look for those things elsewhere. If you don't have time to look for those things, which I completely understand if you're a busy professional, maybe you've got kids, try identifying just brands or stores that you really love and develop a relationship with someone who works there. Not on your first visit, maybe on your third visit, so that you know who they are, you've identified a bit of a relationship, and trust them to guide you. We trust people to do things all the time in our lives. We have trainers and nutritionists and interior designers. You can do the same thing for your closet if you don't have the ability to give that kind of focus and attention to your personal style. But I would encourage you to think about it in the same ways that you think about your nutrition and your fitness, because it's a part of you every single day, and definitely every day that you're showing up as a professional. I would encourage you, if you're on a budget, to take a very serious inventory of your own closet before you go shopping. I don't think it makes any sense to go out willy-nilly just spending money. That's not a solution to any problem in the world. Usually it starts with working with what you already have. So go through your closet, give out things that do not fit. If they don't fit you today, you don't need them. And if you're working towards some kind of physical goal in 6 months, then when you get there in 6 months, treat yourself with a new pair of pants. But right now, you don't need the pants that don't fit in your closet. So go through and look at what you have. And then really evaluate what you need. I think pants are a staple item. For a woman, I would say a great dress that you can wear to a lot of events is really a key piece. For a man, I would encourage you to look for a great jacket. Shirts and blouses, I don't mean to discount the importance of them, but I would say that they don't carry the same weight as a jacket that you could wear every week or a dress that you could wear several times a month. You will feel like you get more out of the dollars you spend there than spending them somewhere else. Start with something simple. Black, gray, those are great basic colors. They go with lots of things. They don't go out of season. If you feel more advanced in your style and you're ready to move on to color, you can start incorporating that too. I would suggest looking for colors that are in a tonal sort of family that work for your lifestyle and your coloring, that really complement you. And baby steps. If you want to start playing with some color, I would say start playing with dark colors. Look for deep reds, deep purples, deep greens, things that still look professional, and maybe at a glance you might confuse with like a black or a gray, and see how you think about that, how many compliments you get if it becomes your favorite piece of clothing. And then you start looking for more, right? So now I want sapphire blue because it feels great. I don't think that there's necessarily a wrong way to do it, but I do think there's a smart way to do it. And like I said, at the end of the day, we just want to get the best investment out of the money that we're spending in this part of our life. When you're thinking about investing in your wardrobe, the thing that I would encourage people to do when they're shopping is to look at their tags. Look at the content, look at where things were made and what they were made out of. If you want something to last a long time, and you see things like wool, or you see cotton, or you see alpaca, those are going to be materials that really have a great quality to them. Think about what accessories enhance you professionally and make an invested choice. Google it, do some research online, ask a professional at a store that carries a line of handbags that you like, or jackets, or coats, or scarves, or whatever, and do a little bit of research. Get something that you love, do the work to find it, and enjoy the compliments that you're going to get when you start using it and wearing it.